What's up YouTube? Thanks for watching last week's episode of the BJJ vlog. I hope you all liked it and we're back again with a new episode. And next to me is Rob. Rob is training in one of our partner academies up in the north. And Rob has a very interesting story to tell, but maybe it's better that he introduces himself than that I tell the story. So Rob, tell us a little bit who you are and what do you do?
Thank you, Michel. Thank you for having me. Well, my name is Rob. I've been training Jiu Jitsu since 2016. After a stint in different martial arts like karate, kickboxing, boxing, I was looking for something with, how do I say it, with goals.
Yeah.
With different goals.
More challenging maybe?
Yeah. Yeah, the belt. And that's all because I train with an amputation. I lost my left foot 20 years ago, and well, boxing is a bit difficult. Kickboxing is even more difficult.
But still, you know, if you see how you move, I think you know, it's admirable how he is able to move, because a lot of people who've trained with him, been on the mats with him, didn't even know this. But it's of course a big happening in your life if you suddenly have to have to do it without a foot. But you managed. And
Yeah.
How old were you when it happened?
I was 13, so it was 20 years ago. I was 13. I was really busy with karate and kickboxing. So yeah, you have to stand, you have to kick. That was all gone. So for like I don't know, maybe 18 years I didn't do anything. No sports at all. Only living, only partying. Making a career, going to school.
So is it safe to say that although that happened and it was a big impact, for the rest your life was normal?
Yeah, basically it was. Yeah, my youth, especially in my teenage years, was normal. Okay, the career path I had envisioned didn't work out because I wanted to be in the military, either with the Marines or in the Air Force, something like that.
Yeah.
Well, they don't take you.
That's hard. Yeah.
if you're only 80% human. So yeah, that didn't work. So my life was going nowhere at one point. I was only partying, drinking.
Yeah, I guess that's something we're going to talk about later a little bit. Yeah.
Yeah. So I needed an outlet. Well, what are you going to do? What was your outlet before everything was dull? That was martial arts.
Yeah.
Okay, what are you going to do? Okay, you lost your foot. Okay, which art is beneficial to me, and can I do without too much of an handicap?
Yeah,
basically.
yeah.
So I started boxing. And that was, like I said in the beginning, boxing, it's a beautiful art. It's the sweet science. But it's after a while it gets dull.
Yeah, because you basically have, you know, the distance to play with is not different positions, and yeah, it's your arm. So basically it's a combination, but the punches you make are quite the same, right?
Yeah, that's all the same. Of course, there's different strategies and stuff like that. But I wasn't on. That's only on the level of real pros, I think.
Yeah.
You can strategize while training with your buddies, but yeah, that's basically it. And with Jiu-Jitsu, you can strategize whenever you want.
That's true. That's true. Yeah, I think the
doesn't
viewers will agree on that. Yeah.
So then I started Jiu-Jitsu. I think a couple of months. No, maybe a couple of years later.
Yeah.
I started Jiu-Jitsu in 2016.
And before you started Jiu-Jitsu, there was something going on in your life, something that's not often talked about, you know, that people don't really understand, I think. And you told me that your Jiu-Jitsu was in a way out of that life as well, right? Because you had a serious addiction, and you know, first of all, you know, I'm very honored that you want to talk about it. It's a big step, I think, because a lot of people don't do it. So thanks for that, and I hope, no, I'm sure that it will be an inspiring story for everybody who's watching. Because yeah, you had an addiction, and that must have been hard on everybody, or
Well, yeah, of course, addiction is hard on everybody and everybody around you.
yeah,
You know, you don't notice that, but you're only gonna notice that when you get out of your addiction. I don't think they like it when you say it like that, because basically you're always in recovery, you're always an addict. So you realize that only after. And well, I went to Spain on a major binge, either to live there or to make an end of it. Just say, okay, my money's gone.
yeah.
I should be gone.
Was it a rock bottom for you?
Oh yeah, definitely. Yeah, most definitely.
So you told me you just fled to Spain, you know, because there was no, you saw no real future here. You said, let's go to Spain. Just the way as you dress right now, basically, not any stuff on you.
No, not any stuff, just like this. With only my bank card with me, my passport, and that was it.
That was it.
Yeah, that was it. No call to my relatives, to my mother, my father, friends, nobody. I just got up and left. Well, eventually I got back to Holland,
And how long did that take? How long were you gone?
5 or 6 weeks.
Okay.
Yeah, 5 or 6 weeks in total, because I was already a couple of days gone from home in Holland.
Yeah.
And that's when I flew. After that, I flew to Spain, and well, just completely hit rock bottom at that point. Yeah. So well, eventually I got back. I got back into therapy. They made a diagnosis that I was bipolar. So I got medicines. Stopped drinking.
I don't think that a lot of people who are watching know what that is. So can you elaborate a little bit on that?
Bipolar? Well, it means that you're manic depressive. It's a different word for manic depressive. And manic means you're way up there in your joy. I think that's
To the extreme, maybe. If
yeah,
you're happy to the
yeah.
extreme. Yeah.
Very to the extreme. And the present is, hey, you're the present.
Yeah.
And that goes, if you're really bipolar, it goes for months on. And if you're really manic in that period, you start to do really crazy shit, or not crazy shit. Yeah, it's basically crazy shit. You start repainting the house all of a sudden and stuff like that. Yeah, and as soon as you hit that depression, you stop altogether. In Spain, I was from waking up to sleeping. I was either drinking, using cocaine, stuff like that. So I was for 24 hours a day. I was
Under the influence of
under-
something.
yeah,
Yeah.
of a substance. I'm sorry. So, well, that got out of it. I went to therapy. I was under medication, an upper and.
Is it then a downer that it kind of flattens you out, or?
Yeah, it flattens you out. But
Okay.
it flattens you out if this is the baseline.
So you're in a cocktail of medicines.
Of medicines, yeah. Well, when that happened, that was 2015, and well, around this time of year, maybe September.
Yeah.
And well, I got back got sober again, bit on and off. I still was a bit drinking.
Yeah.
And then I was like, 2016, this is the year. Okay, now I'm gonna do it.
Make a change.
Make a change. I'm gonna start doing jiu-jitsu.
Okay.
That's what I want to do, or at least I think I want to do that.
Yeah, yeah.
That's the sport for me, the martial art for me. I can work on goals. I go to blue belt, go to purple belt, go to brown belt.
Yeah.
basically I have 20 years to go to reach a certain level, and then I still have
Enough
time
to learn.
Yeah, enough to learn.
So obviously you have had a lot of life experience for the better and for the worse. How is your jiu-jitsu helping you cope with the struggles you've had, or maybe have, or the ones you're gonna face?
Well, currently, if I go back in from the beginning, I was still a bit on and off with drinking and stuff like that.
Yeah.
So, but eventually, jiu-jitsu was pushing out the need for going to the bar. I was rather doing jiu-jitsu than I was going to the bar. But still not to the point of okay, I couldn't make that choice on my own. There had to happen something again before jiu-jitsu was really pushing out bar life, addiction life. So I was training and on and off for month training, 2 weeks off, month training, 2 weeks off. Then I wanted to do a tournament in what is it, BJJ Open in Nijmegen.
Yeah.
Yeah, got my ass kicked. and but then I noticed that I was going up, got my ass kicked, and not so much the ass kicking but was the energy. I couldn't cope with the energy again, so I was back off.
Falling.
Yeah, I was more drinking more again, and then I was going back to jiu-jitsu again, and I was going up, and so it was basically the same flow that I was in. Then eventually I was went wrong again. I felt bad, went really wrong, and that's what my parents told me. Okay, you have to go to a clinic, to a rehab center, and that's when jiu-jitsu really came around the corner, because I was able to see, okay, that's where I'm wrong. This is where I need to. It's like.
It's more that jiu-jitsu became for you a lifeline, as you say, so not per se a way of life. I often talk to you guys about a way of life, but a lifeline, something to hold on to know, okay, I know which direction this jiu-jitsu is going, I know what it can bring me, so whenever you might feel in going into all the habits, you can grab that lifeline.
Yeah, the lifeline and the way to deal with in recovery. I think you see your dangers, you know where your weaknesses are, how you're going to deal with that, and then it becomes a way of life, I think.
Yeah, it's for me as well, I don't want to say normal person, because I think that's a wrong way to see it, but a person who has not experienced what you have experienced, I would say jiu-jitsu is a way of life. It's a way of mindfulness, but it gives meaning to life. And sometimes, everybody feels down every now and then, or feels like they want to do maybe something bad, or especially youngsters, who might feel the urge, I want to party all the time. Then jiu-jitsu is there forever, and jiu-jitsu, I know what to expect. And by knowing what to expect, and by knowing what dangers there lie when you make a mistake in jiu-jitsu, you can relate to the dangers that maybe are waiting for you when we're talking about addictions or other stuff that's bad for you, for your health, or as a person.
Yeah, exactly. What I personally used it for was I still like to call it the distance control.
Yeah.
Look, I knew I was going to be in trouble if I went back to Amsterdam immediately.
Yeah.
So, okay, you have to manage that distance. Okay, what's going to happen if I'm going to end up in Amsterdam anyway? Okay, what are you going to do then? And that's also in jiu-jitsu. That's what I got out of jiu-jitsu. Okay, you're in a bad spot. What are you going to do now?
Yeah.
You're going to get the underhooks. You're going to
Making you feel comfortable in the bad spot.
Yeah,
Is that
comfortable and uncomfortable situations.
Yeah.
Exactly.
And I can imagine in social events as well. For instance, we ate together, so I was cooking, and I put a lot ingredient in the food, apple vinegar, but the taste is similar to wine, white wine. And of course, I know not to put white wine in it, but I can imagine in social events, if you go eat somewhere, that people aren't always aware of it, and it's very attractive to maybe drink a little and then drink a little extra. And
yeah, and then that's how you get back into it, because you get in a social setting and you go, okay, let's have one glass of wine with dinner. Okay, the next time you're going into that same situation, you go, oh yeah, last time it worked out, maybe I can get 2.
Yeah.
And then comes the next one, okay, maybe I can get 3.
Yeah.
And then it goes, okay, but now I'm alone, and went well the first couple of times.
No, as well, yeah.
And as soon as that ball starts rolling, you're lost.
Yeah, you lost it. So that's kind of the glass of wine is like the heel hook.
Yeah.
You don't want that.
But there's only a 50% chance you will.
Oh yeah, I have to remember that. We go training right after,
Yeah.
so no heel hooks on rock or no straight footlocks. At least going on one leg.
Really, you can gladly take the left leg because I can get out of it.
Yeah.
Don't go for the right leg. So there's positives and there's negatives, and that's what I looked for in a martial art to add to my life.
Yeah, not emphasizing on maybe what's wrong or missing, but just focusing on your strong points and the strong points you can develop.
Yeah.
And I think that's a big lesson for everybody who's watching, that every downside has a positive as well. And I think there's a lot of beauty in Jiu Jitsu more than just training the martial art, but like Rob shared with us, how it helps him controlling his life, giving meaning to his life. And thanks again, bro, for sharing this story, man. And I think we have to go for training right now, because all the students are waiting. We're gonna roll. Okay, I'm gonna tune out. Thanks for watching this week. Leave a comment. Don't forget that. Let us know if the story inspires you, if you find it helpful, because he really put his neck on the line. That's how I feel it for sharing the story. He doesn't have to do it, and let's show some appreciation, guys.